Hello, welcome to another episode of Black Ice 73. I am Black Ice 73. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the share button, and hit the like button. On this episode right here, had to check the volume and see if it was working. Yesterday, for some reason, my city self unplugged the darn microphone, and I missed half of the the stuff I was gonna talk about. Yeah, I was stupid. But on this episode, we're gonna talk a little about police brutality. We're gonna discuss why defunding the police is not a good idea. We're gonna talk about how police is getting marched on about police brutality, but then at the same time, they're committing police brutality against the protester. They ain't good, police. But right now, I'm gonna let you listen to a little audio from CBS News. Here you go.
Against racism led to protests in cities large and small over the weekend.
Now I want to start buffing.
Tens of thousands turned out at marches over the last few days alone, and many more rallies and vigils are planned for today, including in New York City. Our national correspondent, Jerika Duncan, is there now. Jerika, good morning. You followed a march yesterday through the streets of New York. What did you see?
Well, what I noticed and what I saw was organization, consideration for traffic, but most importantly, I saw hundreds of people that are hungry for change, Tony, and said that they believe this movement feels different than previous ones.
Wake up, wake up!
Protesters here hit the streets for an 11th straight day Sunday. And what has become a national call to action, not just against police brutality, but systemic racism.
This is everybody's fight. Without the people, there will not be change.
In Washington, D.C. this weekend, one of those people was Republican Senator Mitt Romney, breaking from the president and some of his GOP
You're buffing. Sorry about that. Come on, people. Well, the audio don't want to cooperate right now. So, I'm going to start off by talking about
cards by vocally supporting the protests.
A way to end violence and brutality and to make sure that people understand that Black Lives Matter.
That message is now painted on the road to the White House, where Congressman and civil rights icon John Lewis stopped to pay his respects Sunday. It's also reverberating across the country, from Savannah, Georgia, to Chicago, where thousands took to the streets in protest. Thousands more gathered in Los Angeles to ask questions like this one.
We're treated so harshly. Why are we so feared?
And even in Vidor, Texas, a city once known as a haven for the KKK, more than 100 people organized to promote change. The quest for justice comes in the wake of George Floyd's death at the hands of police in Minneapolis, and after Breonna Taylor was shot and killed by police in her own Louisville, Kentucky apartment. The officers in that case have not been charged. Friday would have been Taylor's 27th birthday. In Oakland, artists dedicated a mural to her. And in Pittsburgh, protesters honored her with a moment of silence. In a break from the largely peaceful weekend protest, a suspect is in custody in Seattle after police say he drove into a crowd and shot a protester who survived. And as the nation reckons with cases of excessive force by police against people of color, Virginia police officer Tyler Timberlake is on paid administrative leave after body cam footage captured him tasing a black man who previously told the EMT he needed to detox. Timberlake is charged with assault. Here in New York City, the NYPD has one of the largest local police budgets in the country at around $6 billion. Well, in response to the protests this weekend, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced that he wants to move an unspecified amount of money for policing to youth programming and social services. Gail?
Generating a lot of conversation. Thank you, Jerika.
I have one more audio I want y'all to hear. It's from this NFL player named Malcolm Jenkins.
Having dry skin is a struggle. Turns out,
That was a commercial.
Hey, Ultra Moisture Body Wash. My skin went from dry and dull to
I hope y'all skin not
just
dry.
14 days. Better skin from a body wash? You
I
better
think my skin dry.
with Olay.
I don't know. But here you go.
Two-time Super Bowl champion, that's Malcolm Jenkins, joined protests in Philadelphia
Wow, CBS is terrible.
after the death of George Floyd at the hands of police. In an emotional social media post, the Saints player spoke out against teammate Drew Brees after he criticized those who kneeled during the national anthem. Brees has since apologized. Here's a look at what Malcolm had to say the other day.
I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. Because while the world tells you
CBS buffing again.
that you're not worthy, that your life doesn't matter, the last place you want to hear from are the guys that you go to war with and that you consider to be allies and to be your friends.
Boy, Malcolm Jenkins used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles and is the founder of Listen Up Media. He joins us now from Philadelphia. Malcolm, it is so good to see you. And I want to just hit that tape for just a second because I really appreciated your tears that day. It's not just I, a lot of people do, because most men, certainly men as such as yourself, big and strong, two-time Super Bowl winners, don't show that kind of vulnerability. But clearly it was important to you. And I think it touched people in a way, and I think people heard your words in a way that they hadn't before. What are your thoughts now about that day and looking back at the reaction?
Yeah, I look back and I'm glad that I chose to post that video. I recorded that video before, and Drew actually reached out to me before I could post it, and we had that same conversation. The same things I said in the video, I said to Drew Brees. But I thought that it was important that our country understand, the pain that Black people have been dealing with and that Black people carry around. I think we're in that moment where we need truth before we can have reconciliation. And that was an opportunity for me to share my truth, not only to Drew Brees, but to, everybody who's watching.
Well, Roger Goodell apparently was one of the people who was watching, and he has since reversed his position, saying the NFL hasn't gotten it right. Is that enough? What do his words mean to you now?
I still don't think they've gotten it right until they apologize specifically to Colin Kaepernick or sign him to a team. I don't think that they will end up on the right side of history. At the end of the day, they have listened to their players. They've donated money. They've created an Inspire Change platform. They've tried to do things up until this point. It's been one player in particular that they have not, or that they've ignored and have not acknowledged, and that's Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, was that the big elephant in the room that Colin Kaepernick wasn't mentioned?
They're buffing again. I don't know what's going on with CBS.
In Roger Goodell's statement?
I think so. Yeah, that's the only thing. that people want to hear. If it's not going to correct that or acknowledge that, then everything else, doesn't need to be said.
What are the chances that you think that Colin Kaepernick will be playing in the NFL? The NFL can say, look, we offered him an opportunity to be on a team. What are the chances now that you think that will happen?
I don't know. I can't speculate to that, but I think the first step is just acknowledging, one, his contribution to all of the issues that we see going on now and all of the demonstrations that we see. And that's the biggest thing. Just acknowledge it and apologize.
Do you think more NFL players, Malcolm, will begin to kneel at the football games during the anthem?
You're buffing again.
I'm sure there are guys that are more motivated than ever to get involved, whether that's through protest or through advocacy, their own charities. I think there's definitely going to be a larger participation from athletes just in social activity in general. Now, if that translates into kneeling or protesting during the anthem, those things, I think that's yet to be seen.
Yeah, but Malcolm, there's still people that don't get it, that are still saying you're disrespecting, that people are disrespecting the flag and the anthem. What are your words to make them understand what this is truly about?
Well, honestly, if at this point in time in 2020 people don't understand what the protest is about, then they are blatantly trying to ignore it. So I try not to waste my time talking about the anthem or thing, because it's a distraction from the actual issues that are plaguing our Black and brown communities, the things that we need to get fixed.
Yeah. Fair enough. Totally get that. You were protesting in Philadelphia over the weekend. What kind of police reform would you like to see?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we want to see is the defunding from the police, and people have need to understand what that means. It doesn't mean that we eradicate police, completely. It means that in a city like Philadelphia, which is the poorest large city in the country, you're dealing with the effects of COVID-19 and the financial effects of that. And there's in our society, you've got schools that have 10 million. You have 10 million kids going to schools with police officers in them and no social workers. 3 million that got police in their schools and no nurses. 6 million with police in their schools but no psychologists. Yet we want to invest in putting more police on the streets, and over-policing, as we know, does not make our community safer. So we'd rather see that money go into programs that help with entrepreneurship, that help with our schooling, that help with people Black people who've been disproportionately affected by COVID. And those things that we know help our community members that need to climb out of poverty, and those things help deal with public safety.
All right, Malcolm Jenkins, the world is watching. Your words make a difference. Thank you, sir, for your time this morning.
If one thing I want to address was that in that first interview, that lady said, why do other races, cops, Caucasians, why do they fear Black people? What have caused, or what may have made them fear Black people? Because according to census, Blacks are it's the lowest amount of people in the country, according to them. I still think that census is wrong. I'm telling you, everywhere I go, I see a Black person. I don't give a damn what city, what state I go to. Santi, put in the bed, Santi. Put Butcher Lee in the bed. No, go to bed. My 2 dogs want to have a bad war. I'm telling you, every time I do a video, see that my dogs want to start wrestling or something. But in another video I had talked about that Black people are some of the happiest people, especially American Black people. They forgive people. You see how I'm talking about it like I ain't part of them. I don't forgive that fast. Them people, I tip my hat every single time when I see a Black parent on TV telling I forget that officer, or I forget this person. That's one of the things I don't agree with. That's just me. I ain't able to forgive you. And if I have a chance, I will retaliate if you do something to my daughters or stepson or whomever, my family. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a saint. I'm not. I'm not a bad person. I'm not going out there to commit crimes, but I will retaliate. It just, I don't care. I ain't gonna be on TV just being all PC. Oh, forget him. I have no hard feelings. I just want justice. Y'all please stay peaceful like that. What one of the brothers said, and George Floyd brother said, we don't want no trouble. We want y'all to be peaceful. We want y'all to be nice. George Floyd brother, if it wasn't for them people wasn't being peaceful and being nice, your brother would never got no justice. Them guys wouldn't been arrested. They got fired first. And it wasn't for the protesting in Minnesota. That's the only reason your brother got charged. I mean, that's the only reason that officer got charged. And then it wasn't for the rioting and looting. I don't support that, but I understand why they did it. It wasn't for the rioting and looting. The charges never got moved up to second-degree murder. So I understand. They did the same thing to Rodney King. When Rodney King got beat by them 4 officers back in 94, 95, something like that. When he got beat by them 4 officers, Rodney King was forced. They didn't ask him. He was forced to stand in front of that camera and say, can't we all get along? This man had black eyes. He was on crushes. I think he had a darn cask on and everything. Yeah, can't we all get along? You know Rodney King didn't mean that. But they made a deal with him. They told him like, hey, Rodney, you go ahead and do this. We're going to drop all the charges against you. And people said they ain't studying that junk. They said they want all 4 of them officers arrested. Through that riot, that looting, that protest, that was the only reason no officer got arrested. Even though they got found not guilty. But Rodney King, he won a civil suit. I remember an article from back in the days when Rodney King, the money he got, they say he got $1 million for every lick he took. Damn. And defunding the police, that ain't gonna happen, man. I understand what y'all talking about. I understand what y'all want. I understand what Michael Jenkins was just speaking on, talking about defunding the police, but that ain't gonna never happen. The police union are one of the most powerful lobbyists that deal with the politicians. They're one of the most powerful lobbyists. And if a lobbyist got power, lobbyists get things done when it comes to the House and the Senate. Yeah, you got Nancy Pelosi. Oh, let me talk about that mess. You got Nancy Pelosi and them put on their damn photo op. They did they stage kneeling. All the people in the house kneeling like it's. Then they had on the gear. There are a lot of people reflect through African, but they had that mess on. Soon as they got in their office, she got that junk and threw it in the trash can. Now, get this junk off me. Soon as she got in the office. And then the person that a lot of these Democrats are backing as president, he said the same thing that Donald Trump said. We're not defunding no damn police. Not here. I don't. He said, Joe Biden said, I don't get behind that mess. Defunding the police. Are crazy? No. Joe Biden said that. He ain't said it like that, I'm paraphrasing, generalizing, one of the two. But Joe Biden said, we ain't gonna defund the police. No. So defund the police like Minnesota talking about getting rid of the police altogether. That ain't gonna happen. You know how much chaos it'll be? I'm being honest with you. It'll be just like one of them movies where you have people running around doing street justice and stuff. That ain't gonna never happen. If it do happen, you better believe I'm gonna be one of the people in line at the gun shop buying me some more gun. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a black man. I sure will call the police. I'll call the police. Y'all keep my behind. What that noise outside? I'm gonna peek around the corner first. But don't let my taxpayer money do his job. I'm calling 911. Because the neighborhood I live in, where I'm buying a house at, it's a very middle class neighborhood. Very quiet. You know, these neighbors actually talk to each other. I went outside one day to get my mail, and the neighbors came over like, hey, my name is this. I'm like, hey. Excuse me. I said, hey, how you doing? It took the one right across from me to say his name. The other next time I was like, oh, okay, hey, this name. And the one up the road just a little bit, he told me his name. I forgot his name as soon as he said it. I'm not a name person, man. I got to hear it at least 2 or 3 times to remember your name. I be like, I throw my hands up like, hey, how you doing? That's it. I don't know your name. I know your neighbor. Let's keep it moving. See, I'm not used to stuff like that. When I was younger, yeah, the neighbors spoke because most of the neighbors were done family members. But you know, family members, so they talk. But when I was living in Columbus, yeah, one neighbor came the whole time. I've been living in Columbus for 19 years. The whole time, about 19 years, I had one neighbor. He came to talk to me. It was what, 2 years ago. He's like, hey, what do you think about them guys riding up and down the street in the mopeds and the 4-wheelers? I'm like, he said, you don't think it's dangerous? I said, it could be, but you know, nobody getting hurt. He said, I don't know. I had called the police several times. I said, oh. I said, my one interaction with a neighbor at that time, it was negative. He was talking about other neighbors not cutting their grass. I looked at my grass and my grass kind of a little high. I said, how many times he talked about me too? So, nah. And then they show Fear Thy Neighbor on the ID channel. Had me a little hesitance to, you know, speaking to them people. Neighbors, you know, get all friendly and you had it fall out. Nope. You really throw no trash on my lawn and think, oh, you're going to get away with it. Oh, you threw trash on the lawn. Nah, so defunding the police, that's not going to happen. Joe Biden ain't, yeah, they forget. Joe Biden is a career politician. Joe Biden is a career politician. And there was a reason why Barack chose Joe Biden to be his running mate, be his vice president. And that reason is because Joe Biden have a lot of connections in the Democrat Party. So Barack, he was kind of new to the Senate. I think Barack like in 4 years, 3 years, something like that. He wasn't a senator long. So he chose the old head that had some pull, had some, can make some moves people can get behind. And Joe Biden, people make fun of him tonight. He might have dementia and all that kind of stuff. But the dude know how the moves are made up in D.C. He know who hands you need to shake in. As you know, he definitely know who babies need to kiss. Joe Biden, don't close your eye when you kiss about a child, man. What's going on with you? But Joe Biden he know the moves that need to be made. And police, defund saying he's gonna defund the police, he knows the police union gonna come after him. So, and some people trying to dismantle the police. Oh. And I look at I try to look at all the news channels. So I was looking at Fox News last night. And Laura Ingrams, it was late, it was late when I looked at Laura Ingrams. I think she come on at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So I was up, I couldn't sleep that good. You can tell, I think you can see the bags under my eyes. I had a rough night sleeping last night, man. I forgot to take my sleeping pill. But I ain't forget. I was like, I don't feel like getting out of bed and take no sleeping pill. So I had some terrible night's sleep last night. But Laura Ingalls, I was listening to Fox News. I ain't gonna lie to you, and they made some good points. I know people like, oh no, not Fox News. What's wrong with you? We can't just sit there and look at one news source that support. Like we know, CSNBC, they support Democrat. There's no debating that they support Democrat. CNN, they beefing with CNN used to be neutral. They used to report on everything. But since President Trump been slamming CNN, they basically support Democrat. And Laura Ingraham, every once in a while, Fox News might come to the light and say something bad about President Trump, and he got on Twitter and started tweeting about it. But basically, Fox News support President Trump. Sean Hannity, Glenn Beck, even though Glenn Beck is not on Fox News no more, but he's still with Fox Radio. So, he still have an affiliation with Fox. And, and I would listen to him, I'm like, they actually making sense a little bit. When they were talking about how Nancy Pelosi and the people of the House did that kneeling, they're like, they came out with that, I don't know what you call it, be honest with you. Because I know my daughter, when she graduated from college in December, she had one on. And I asked her, I said, what do it mean? She said, no, it's just something that you can wear to make your robe and stuff look more dignified and stuff like that. I said, oh, okay. I thought it was something that you get appointed for you in a club or something, you get something to wear like that. But she said, no, it was just something that you can purchase and you can wear around your neck and for your robe don't look so darn blank or whatever. I said, okay, I get it. Then when I seen them on it, when I seen that they had bought that, I said, come on, man. You can stand behind black people. You can support Black Lives Matter or whatever organization, but you won't have to get dressed up in some doing what it is. Costume jury. I know it ain't no jury, but same thing. You're just like an actress. You're getting dressed up for the doing stage and gonna come out there and like, and y'all gonna talk to the camera people. Say, meet us right here at this time. we're gonna put on a knee. We're gonna kneel down. And then they also talking about on Fox News that how powerful Black Lives Matter have got. I like that's a good thing. They were saying like Black Lives Matter is guilting people or corporations into supporting them. They not guilting people in supporting them. If you have followed people who strongly believe in the Black culture, they always told people on Twitter or whatever about organizations that support Trump or organizations that treated some of their Black employees wrong. They always said cancel them people. They even said about Black celebrities. So, remember, they went on like a 2-year thing. They talking about cancel Kanye. They used to fool with Kim. But Kim would go in there and try to, with the help of the Innocent Project, Kim would go in there and try to get you out of prison. If they got a case, you better believe Kim is helped back in that case. But they canceled Kanye. I think they canceled Kanye like 3.5 years ago. But Kanye's still making his money, still making his music. But they say, oh, we're gonna cancel Kanye because look what he doing to my slavery was a choice. And then a lot of people start saying, cancel Kanye. Then when he went to TMZ, that's what he said, slavery was a choice when he went to TMZ. And then he did his little thing, went up there and visited Trump, and they came out, took pictures, and people were like, cancel Kanye, cancel Kanye. We're not going to, people still buying Kanye shoes. People were still supporting the artists that Kanye had signed under him. And then when Kanye started doing his Sunday service, Kanye put up to a Black college or somewhere, they be out there rocking with him. Like, they've been saying cancel somebody. But now they uncancels Kanye. Kanye, he helped. He donated to George Floyd's daughter college fund and put some money on her savings and stuff. So they like, oh, Kanye is back. So this cancel culture ain't nothing new. The only reason Caucasians and other races think it's new, because they just start paying attention to what the young people start saying. These young people have been saying, like, cancel this person. So, and don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted either. The corporation, they've been known about this cancel culture too. But a lot of mainstream people, a lot of people around the country didn't know nothing about it because a lot of people don't follow a bunch of Black people on Twitter. And a lot of these celebrities is not, to be honest with you, a lot of these Black celebrities, they don't talk against these younger Black people. They would cancel them too. Like, don't look at this show no more. And they have what that person quoted or what they said, and like, don't look at it no more. Like Terry Crews just released a statement. They always been on Terry Crews figure of speech. They always been on Terry Crews net. Because Terry Crews has said some other stuff in the past. And some of the young people are like, oh, Terry, you didn't say that, did you? So now Terry Crews, the new thing Terry Crews said, like, hey, they protesting white supremacy. And they're going to get some of the they're going to get some of the white people behind them, that they're going to have Black supremacy. So we don't need none of that. Need none of that. So the Black people seen that. Me too. I ain't gonna just say Black people seen it. I seen that junk too. I'm like, damn it, Terry Crews, what the hell are you talking about, bud? Talking about Black supremacy. Nobody ain't trying to get no Black supremacy. I don't know. I think It was Terry Crews trying to speak up. Because, there always been rumors that they always had that darn one black person to go out there and try to speak on behalf of like, real black people don't support this. I don't support it. They always said it's no joke. I ain't joking to you. But don't you find it so strange that a bunch of police officers knowing why the people knowing why the people protesting, and they're gonna come out there with brutality? That just don't make no sense. Officer, you're out there, and you still, like right now, that 75-year-old dude who got pushed in Buffalo. There's some people on the dawn right now. There's some people out there at the state capitol, well, not state capitol, but the protesting. You're talking about how when the officer got released from jail, you had other police officers out there cheering them like, hey, I'm glad you're out. Even though you clearly see on the video that until officer push that man down. And then when they did a wide shot, you seen the blood come out that man back of his head. And the police officer just stepped over. So then the governor had to step in. He's like, shit, man. Why didn't you help him? So he's like, saying this is unexcusable. This is something that we don't stand for. And we don't get justice for this. Then it's just police officers all over the country. If you have a video of police officers on somebody's neck or on somebody's back, or if you have a video of police officer doing something wrong, they're going back and charging these police officers. If they ain't charging them, they're putting them on desk duties and so-called, you know how I feel about they doing internal investigation. You can't investigate yourself. But there's a lot of officers, again, put on desk duties or being charged with police brutality, manslaughter. It's a lot of officers. And then it was just released yesterday that the officer from Minnesota, Buddy got $1.25 million bail. Now how much they got to pay? $1.25 million to bail him out of jail. You know why they went so high? Because the police union. They know the police union would come up with that money if it was something like reasonable, like something like $100,000 or something like that. They know the police were like, hey, let's get him out of here. You don't deserve to be in jail with these common people. But the judge knew. She said, nah, I'm not going to let the police union come in here and just scoop him out of jail. So I'm going to put that sucker at $1.25 million. And then back to Buffalo. They saying now that President Trump saying that the 75-year-old dude was a plant. They said they staged him there to make the police look bad. He probably was staged there. He probably was. But the police, you didn't have to push him. The two officers didn't have to push him. You can plan on doing hurt dog in front of somebody. You can help that dog, but you can't run over that dog. You can go around him. You're gonna look at your side eye like, that's your dog, ain't it? That's a bad example right now. I admit that's a bad example. But It's, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know, even though I don't want to speak for the police because I can't speak for them, but history shows in the United States, all you got to do is wait 2 or 3 months for this to pass over, and then back to normal. I think right now, I don't think they're gonna let that jump pass over 2 or 3 months. I think they're gonna keep this in the press. They on day 15 of protesting in some of these cities. 15 days of protesting. Because a lot of these cities still are shut down. You know, a lot of people go back to work and stuff, so you know they got time. But it's day 15 of protesting. This ain't now when on average day happened in Charlotte, North Carolina, when the police shot that man. They protested for a weekend because the people had to go back to work. In other cases, because that what happened. That's how it started off with this case, with George Floyd. You know, people in Minnesota were protesting, then when I went to the weekend, then when other people started rioting and looting. Because a lot of people was at work. They're like, no, I can't come out here, man. I see you. Then Friday night, that one jump just took off. About 2 weeks ago on a Friday night when that jump just took off. Man. They said 2020 started off crazy, man. 2020 started off with Kobe Bryant and his daughter and 7 other friends passing in a helicopter crash. COVID-19. They just released some on yesterday saying people in China were researching symptoms of COVID-19 all the way back in October of 2019. They were trying to, see what kind of symptom this is. What's the problem? What making these people sick, die? So COVID-19 been for a minute. COVID. I used to call it COVID. It's a COVID-19. Yeah, but 2020 been crazy, people. Unemployment hit like 15%, 14%. People on lockdown. Mostly everybody who born now is their first time dealing with a pandemic. Even though the pandemic, they still ain't called a pandemic now. And it's still, they better start back like business as usual. They're like, well, we ain't got no vaccine, but country need the money. Need to go ahead and crank their jump back up. Then they did an interview with President Trump. They asked him, President Trump, when we have a vaccine for this coronavirus? President Trump said, we're in Operation Warp Speed. And I see him on CNN every time I don't think Operation Warp Speed is a good thing. Because you might rush it too much and might be a lot of people pass away because of Operation Warp Speed. According to an article, it's been supposed to be like 600,000 people that passed away for COVID-19. Even though some of the numbers are fudge, fudge. Some of the numbers are fudge. They be saying COVID-19 complication. Maybe they'll be on die by something else. But I don't know. I think they at the point now, like, maybe, no, we don't care about it. We really don't care about the world. Bill Gates, he getting what he want. New World Order. Speaking of Bill Gates, really ain't heard Bill Gates talking about this protesting and stuff. For the month and a half when COVID-19 went out, Bill Gates stayed on TV or stayed online talking about something. Bill Gates, Planned Parenthood, liquor stores. Y'all think I'm joking now. Liquor store. Churches. I'm talking about the church. How you ever roll through? I know some of y'all ain't lived through that, but y'all took a darn field trip through the black neighborhood. We do. Just like we do. Like I have in the past. I took a field trip through the so-called $1 million homes, ride through there and see what's going on. I look. So I know y'all roll through the popularly scripted, popularly scripted neighborhoods, and you seen all them done hundreds of churches as you were going through, and all them liquor stores. I ain't seen nobody from a liquor company or a beer company come out there and speak. But they don't have to. Because the people still gonna drink their alcohol. The church you ain't gonna hear no church talking until around by October. Who they want you to support as a candidate. Even though church and state's supposed to be separate, but church and state is not separate. None of that separate. Nothing separate. Nothing separate. Everything is a big old circle. Everything connected. Church, state, protest, corporation, everything connected. I see they talking about they want to make every Tuesday Blackout Tuesday. I be forgetting about it. I ordered about 4 things online this morning. I said, oh, it's going to be Blackout Tuesday. But I need this. Oh, man. See, I'm not in no organization, no nothing. You know how they be saying, you got to stand for something or you're going to fall for everything? I be falling, man. I have my own stance, what I believe in, what I support. But I don't need to make this public announcement. What I support, what I believe in. Ain't gonna do no good. Anytime, in my experience, anytime you I wanted to join something, now with somebody you got to pay a due, about to pay dues or a fine, you got to pay monthly. I'm like, why I'm paying y'all monthly? Y'all working. They're talking about this to support the neighborhood and support it. Man, I said I'd rather be on my own. That's a bill right there. Just because you're going to sell me this organization, they want their money. You don't pay that money? Oh, brother or sister is not active. Don't send them no more. You finished with them. You got to catch up on their dues, just like church. Another thing. See how I said the organization, then start talking about church. There's plenty of churches. I know black churches. There's plenty of black churches around the country. I actually kick members out of church because they couldn't pay their tithes anymore. Even though tithes is not a thing, but the tithes, I know this ain't no religious YouTube channel. It's nothing, ain't no politician YouTube channel. A police brutality YouTube channel. I talk about anything I want to. As long as YouTube don't send me no damn notification like, hey, you out of pocket. You need to slow your roll. All right. But yeah, it churches around the country have kicked members out because they couldn't pay their tithes anymore. I'm telling you, when you actually read the Bible, in the Old Testament, they were talking about paying tithes. Paying tithes was talking to all the people in the neighborhood who farm and want them to bring their food to a warehouse so they could put it all in one place and they have something to eat during the wintertime. That's what paying tithes we're talking about. But no, these modern day people, these 20th century, 21st century people, they turn tithes into money. They said, bring 10% of your crops. Y'all need to read the Bible, man. I have people try to debate me on this part. I said, man, I grew up in the Church of Christ. Church of Christ preach about it. They say ain't no such thing as a tithe. Say no, nobody ain't taking their cross to the warehouse anymore. Ain't nobody going out there taking no cross to the warehouse. So yeah, ain't no such thing as tithe, paying tithe. Not a thing. Not a thing, people. Nothing. Not to pay no tithe. But listen to that myth. It also said in the Bible too. You don't have to go to church to praise the Lord. You praise the Lord right at home. So they mentioned in church, you're going to pray. You need to go inside a closet and be by yourself and talk to the Lord by yourself. I know this ain't no church. I know this ain't no dorm. Y'all ain't here. I don't know. I know I had in the title police brutality. But I say it all the time. When you start talking, sometimes you just talk. You know, when you start discussing something, you discuss everything on your mind. I ain't gonna sit here and say, I used to go to church all the time. I don't go to church like I used to because I work on the weekend. But they're not stopping me from praising the Lord. Yes, I'm a Christian. I ain't gonna sit here and saying I'm spiritual. I'm one with the nature. I'm one with nature. I just do my best to be nice to people and flow with the wind. No. I'm a Christian. I grew up being a Christian. I grew up in Church of Christ. I used to go to a AME church where they used to call the man Reverend, call the wife First Lady. First Lady be up in the corner like she was part of the president wife. She'd be in the corner looking down at people. Yeah, but I used to go to one of them church. Oh, look at First Lady. Hey, First Lady. I got a little older. I was like 12. I can't remember the Church of Christ. It wasn't on doing Reverend. It wasn't on doing Pastor. It wasn't on doing Bishop. None of that stuff. It wasn't on First Lady. It wasn't on Deacon. Everybody in the church. I don't care how young you was, how old you was. Everybody in the church was brother or sister. You go out to the preacher. Hey, Brother Copeland. Go to his wife. Hey, Sister Copeland. They used to call my grandma, hey, sister, by her last name. Y'all don't even know my last name. I don't know where your head at. But I used to call my grandma by the last name. Everybody, sister by the last name, and the brother Marcus. It's just the how it was. Because in the Church of Christ, there's nobody got a title. Nobody but the Lord. Jesus Christ. God. Holy Ghost. The Holy Spirit. They're the only ones got a title. Nobody else ain't got no title. Then they also said, if you read the Bible, there's nowhere in the Bible where it said Reverend, Pastor, Bishop, Deacon, First Lady. There's nowhere in the Bible where it said that. Pope. None of that stuff. Nowhere in the Bible. There's all this stuff is man-made. Man-made titles. To make themselves seem like they're superior over the people. And you know how a lot of people is especially in the world. A lot of people worship the man or the lady who are there preaching like they are God. They do. This ain't something I'm making up. It's worshiping them like they are God. They ain't no God. They don't deserve to get paid. You are part of anything in the church. You don't deserve to get paid. You don't supposed to get paid. Because your payment come internal. Get blessed. Shouldn't be receiving no money to be preaching. Playing the drums, playing the pianos. None of that stuff. Usher. Should be getting paid for that. Ain't no doing usher. No such thing as an usher. I know. I'm tired of it now. God damn, I got things on my mind. I got stuff I want to talk about. Yeah, I got things I want to talk about. I'm talking today. I ate me a nice little breakfast too. So, full. Got some things in my mind. But it is thunder and the winds don't pick up. I live in the South. So those Southern people, they always had that saying. When it's thundering outside, God is working. I know y'all probably ain't heard it. You probably ain't heard this. The high war with me growing up, like God is working. Turn off that jump. What you doing? Yeah. The high deal. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this. I'm trying to make it go ahead. I don't want to leave that as an odd like it is, like 58 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and make it to the hour, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Unless I think about something else to talk about. That brain is something serious. Just the original computer right here. Might can't remember everything. Who remembers something? Yeah. Sure. I really ain't got nothing to talk about right now. I know some more stuff. Things don't happen. I ain't got nothing to talk about. But I'm still gonna wait till it's doing an hour, cause it's just point. I know as soon as I get done, the dog's gonna come out, the children gonna come out. They're gonna be talking to me. All of them. Talk at the same time, even the dog. Tell me they want to go outside. So, hey, thank you for watching this video. Like I said at the beginning, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Hit the share button. You can like, dislike. I prefer you to like, but you can go ahead and like. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Hey, my one person. Thank you so much.